Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Brunch Club presents Utharian Legends, now with captions. This is our first experiment into captions, so please bear with us. If it doesn't work, just let us know, and we will do our best to fix that. But it's an experiment. We'll see how it works. Our hope is that this will make life a little easier for everybody going forward. I know I use captions. Sometimes my audio processing doesn't work as well, and so I need visual processing to make up for it. Obviously, those that are hard of hearing, that sort of thing. So yes, captions for everybody. This is episode 10. We will be running 17 total episodes this season, so we are well past halfway there. And for those that are keeping track, that puts our end date October the 17th for the season finale. And yes, in case you missed it last week, it is season finale. We will be back for a season 2 in January of 2022 with more adventures with this group. I've already told them I'll run them all the way up to level 20, if that's what it comes to, and I am more than happy to do so.
That's if we live that long.
I was about to say just that. As long as... Only if we die.
Yep, it'll be a lot of fun either way. I also wanted to make a call out to my friend Liz and her family, her sons and everything. They are avid watchers of us to the point where we will apparently be put on the audio in the car if they have to take errands during the season. During the episode, because they don't want to miss anything. So wanted to thank you guys for being such stalwart supporters of us and all the rest of it. And we will go ahead and kick right back off into our adventure. So when we last left our heroes, they had just finished an encounter aboard the Genet and had managed to obtain a captive. A young half-elf captive from the attackers who had been sent to, at the very least, interfere with their pleasant voyage. And that is where we're going to go ahead and pick right up. So, everyone, I believe, is still on the main deck of the Genet.
Try. Could you give me a refresher on the captain's name of the Genet?
The captain's name is Colbrawl.
Thank you. So Robin is going to first order of business. Colbrawl, do we have some rope, twine, or something of the sort, and burlap sack if you've got one?
Well, this is a vessel that does a lot of marriages, so yeah, I've got some of that in the bag.
Oh! I need invites in the future. That's beside the point. However, Sobi, you mind tying up and bagging this boy, taking him downstairs?
Yeah.
Boy, I just assumed the gender of our captive. Do we have a half elf?
It is a young man.
All right. So, all right. Would you mind tying up, bagging the young man and taking him downstairs?
Yeah, I can do that. Strike, is there a bag anywhere on
the deck? The captain comes back with ropes in various sizes. Some of them already have knots in them at various lengths and distances, as well as a couple of burlap sacks and one that seems to be lined with linen as opposed to just straight up burlap.
I will force this tiny man or woman or whatever gender, I will force them into this bag and tie up the bag.
Wait, you didn't just bag their head? You just
So the bag is like head-sized. It goes over the head.
My action does not change.
Anyway?
that burlap sack rips in twain. There is no way that is holding an entire humanoid.
Sobis, be gentle with the captive.
By the time I'm done, it'll probably look like a belt.
Yeah.
and then I'll tie his hands up.
We just need the head, buddy. Could you grab another bag and try again?
We need the head attached. We just need the bag on the head.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
It's not the
Fair
bag
distinction,
for.
Glory.
I need another bag.
The captain hands out another straight burlap one. He seems to put away the one that's nicer and lined with linen. Just that's clearly not what you guys are looking for this.
So this is happening like literally right after the fight, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so we'll deal with that in a moment. But it seems Robin looks up at the sky. Can Robin make an insight check to see if that winged creature we saw earlier is still up there?
Not insight, but perception.
You know, yeah, okay. Yes, I misspoke. Perception, please.
Oh, you didn't see that though.
We all saw something.
He saw something up there. He didn't get a good glance at it.
Well, and
Oh,
Let's
can I?
let's see what I see.
Sure, if you'd like to take a look and see if you can see it, sure.
That's going to be an 11 on Robin's roll. By the way, I'm rolling completely analog today. New dice, yay.
24.
You can definitely make out what looked like some bird-like shapes up there, Lunez. It's really tough to tell at the distance, though. They are very high up.
Everybody saw the ice storm, right? What was it? It was an ice storm.
There was an ice storm on
It's
the
not
other.
me. I did not do that.
Yeah.
Was that you? Why am I talking like the Albert? Was that you, Alma? Did you do something with the ice storm?
No, I wish, but no, that was not me. I can't take credit for that one. Sorry.
Because
Wait,
it's pretty cool, but I. So right after they did that, or somebody on the other ship did the ice storm, another one popped up, but this one, the area of effect was from up, and I didn't see anything. And I just thought that it was some of you.
Well, there was
I mean, yeah, it wasn't me.
there was some kind of bird up there earlier, but I'm not quite sure that it's relevant, but there was a bird, and maybe the pirate caster just misplaced his spell on the retry.
Are we entirely sure it was a bird?
I
is it
had
gonna-
wings.
What else has
Sort of
wings
like-
and can fly?
It's in.
Flying contraption?
I have very sharp eyes. I'm pretty sure it was a bird.
But it was silver, right? Glittery,
Yeah, it was
sparkly
a,
kind of.
Yes.
How many sparkly birds have you seen?
I
It's a
have
very-
seen my share of sparkly birds, Missy.
Yeah. It's a
Sober?
very fabulous bird.
Were you sober?
What's funny is I can always answer no confidently, but I am never 100% sure about the yes.
That's because you're just not really.
But
often-
to the best degree of confidence, I can say yes. Yes, I have seen glittery birds.
Flying though? We're not talking euphemisms right now. Birds
Not
are
over the
actually
sea,
birds.
to be honest.
Birds are birds, not two-legged creatures that may or may not have ended up with you later that night.
Those don't always tend to glitter. However, not so much over the water, the glittery birds. Yeah, not this far out. You're right. Glory, you go straight to contraptions. That's where your mind goes.
Artificer.
Point at tool belt.
Fair enough.
Guys, could that have been a dragon?
I
Try.
was really hoping somebody would not say that. I don't want the answer to be yes, so let's make the answer no.
I mean, none of us have the answer, so I don't think any of us can give you a definitive yes or no, but I'm going to ask the question, and there it is.
Frankly, I am maxed out on dragons. So, for the moment, let's just say
It was a bird.
something was in the air. Keep that in mind.
Like a
Lunas will
bird.
100% make sure that someone's looking at the sky at any given time. However,
Contraption. Ornithopter.
What
Like a
what are you
bird.
talking about, Gloriosa?
That's what I'm gonna say it was.
ornithopter.
Yeah,
Ornithoc-
orni from bird.
Uh-huh.
A contraption that works like a bird. Ornithopter.
Okay.
Sure. Strike.
Yes.
If this is out of character, but if like I wanted to detect magic on the remnants of whatever this magic was, could I do that? Or would Lunas know that that would work on this, or is too late for that?
I'll let you give it a shot.
Okay.
Give me a perception check, but with disadvantage because of the time difference between when it happened and when you're looking.
Okay. Roll. Okay. That was 2 16s.
Nice.
So
So
a
the magic
23.
that was on your ship is the standard sort of arcane evocation magic that you would expect an ice storm to do. The magic that was on the other side, that's tougher to see because the ship has already left, was not evocation magic. It's more raw. It's less shaped magic, if that makes sense.
Oh. Alma. So, oh wait, where are my glasses? Where are my goggles? Imagine I have my goggles on.
Wasn't me.
Alma.
Yes.
So the kind of magic that is here, it's really that was evocation, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
evocation.
So we have evocation magic here, but the other kind of magic, it feels more natural, and not as in druids. It feels like raw power. Does that mean anything to you? This is not real. This is not some magic that was from well, no, I was going to say humanoid. This is something else. Some kind of more concentrated magic.
I don't know. Strike. Do I know this?
Give me an Arcana check.
Did we all hear that, or was that Robo? Was that more?
25.
Yeah, you probably heard it because.
Okay. Didn't know how confidential you were being.
So with a 25,
No.
you know that humanoids and the like will shape magic, and that's where you get evocation or conjuration or other types of schools of magic. And that regardless of magic using class, almost all of them have ways of shaping raw magic into effects. What Lunez is describing is one that isn't shaped. So that would be coming from something that is more inherently magical. Dragons are certainly on that list, but so are things like elementals. other sorts of magical beings. Certain fae could probably do it that way, and it's less shaped and less focused and more just, this is ice magic. It's not specifically a shaped effect. It's just, we're going to put ice magic over here and see what happens. And it mimicked the ice storm that was on the other side.
Okay. So she's going to relay that to Lunis. Again, we have dragon. The dragon can do this.
Frankly, I'm really overwhelmed with the number of supernatural creatures being interested in me and my friends today. So, if you don't mind, best to say we have something or someone new following us. And is Sobis still on deck? Did you stay down?
No, Sobis is definitely below deck.
Very good.
Doing something.
So if you don't mind, we need our heading. Moonchild, I pass all of this off to you. And I will join Sobi with our esteemed guest. And Robin heads below deck.
I'm assuming you find Sobis. Sobis is cradling our hostage like a baby. Just like, no, you just be still. Be still. Robin will be here soon.
Sobi,
Yes.
we need to have an interrogation, not a slumber party. If you don't mind, on the floor against that barrel will be just fine.
Yeah, all right. And I'll just plop him down.
Do we want to move action to this interrogation scene, or do you want to play out the deck first?
Why don't we skip over to the interrogation scene, as Gloriosa just lost net. So
Oh, I see.
we will find it easier to go below decks for a little bit, and we will return to the magic when the magic of the internets returns to our artificer.
Very good. Sobi, axe ready, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And Robin will lean into Sobis. Actually, you'll just cast message to avoid all this. Robin casts message on Sobis and says, try to look angry and scary, but let me talk.
Right.
Perfect. Robin goes over, pulls the bag off of the young pirate lad's head, and so you took a job that didn't go well. We've all been there, trust me. Now the big question is, will you make it to see your next? Now that's up to you. See my friend here? He's not a happy dragonborn, and he does not like having his friends attacked. So for the moment, we're going to make sure that he doesn't put your head back in the bag without the rest of you. But whether or not we end our conversation really depends on how much you share. Are we understood, Mr. Sorry, I did not catch your name.
It's Phaedrus, and look, you killed everybody else on the crew. I'm not a complete idiot. So what can I tell you?
Well, let's start, Phaedrus, with who hired you?
So I know I don't want to get in trouble for giving the wrong answer. The woman that actually hired me was named Terradra. You killed her on the other ship.
All right.
But I know that she was a gold working for the Empress.
Working for who again?
The Empress of the Bloody Chains.
I see. Huh. And next question, what were exactly your orders?
We were told that we were going to be coming up on a ship that you would almost certainly resist, and that we were to put all of you down because they had the ability to speak with a corpse that had recently died to find out where you'd hidden whatever it was you'd hidden.
I see. And how were you supposed to identify that you were attacking the correct ship?
The one we'd been following out of port.
So
We were the ship that was supposed to follow the 5-point strike out of port if they left port. The ship that was supposed to go down the river was waiting on the river, and there was a couple of groups that were at the different doors leading out of the city in case you left that way. We just happened to get lucky.
you happened to get lucky. So you chose not to follow the riverboat and decided to follow us instead. Based on a hunch?
No, you misunderstand. There was a whole different crew hired on the riverboat. They would have followed if you'd gone on the riverboat. There were 5 or 6 groups, all hired, waiting, depending on how you might have left the city.
So what I'm hearing is there's another group following said riverboat.
Following, yes, the riverboat. That's what's happening. So
At this point, Alma and Lunez can get your sendings. And we'll let you listen to those, and you can decide to go down below decks and let Robin know if you'd like.
all right. Let's try. Let me change tack for just a moment. Sobi, you see Phaedrus's knee, his left knee there?
Yeah.
Doesn't it look a little stiff to you?
I
You know that?
I take his leg and I just extend it.
Yeah, Phaedrus screams. That's
All right.
pretty
Good.
painful.
That's exactly what I was hoping for.
Not like hyper extended. I'm genuinely confused. Like it looks fine to me.
Yeah, these things can be so tricky. Remember that one time you helped that one guy with his knee? The trick you used with
Could we just assume that he does something horrible to my knee without actually doing it? Like the intimidation part's good. You're very good at the good cop bad cop thing. You're very good.
We could assume that, and flattery does get you everywhere, but I tend to find flatterers are not the most honest. Now, terrified people, they are very honest. Sobi, go ahead.
And there's a scream. I'm not going to do that for the poor listeners here at home, but it's a scream straight out of Dead by Daylight. It's very painful.
Fantastic. Now that we're on the same page, let's go back to that idea of tailing the different ships. Why was this ship even targeted? Multiple teams, sure, but why was this ship targeted?
Well, because one of your members hired it.
One of our members hired it. So this is a lot. This is a lot to take in, Phaedrus. You're telling me a lot of people in a lot of places are giving a lot of information to the wrong people, and that's disturbing. That makes me worried. And you know what? When I get worried, I have to get more I have to get more information. So let's just say that I heard someone say something about a siren when your friends were here. What would you know about that?
Faye just ponders a moment. I mean, she's one of the other 5, but not one of the ones we were working for.
So you say you were hired by the Empress, but you don't know what the siren's play in this is.
They're rivals. They generally don't share that kind of thing with the agents of each other.
But I don't know, maybe my ears are bad. Maybe they're still ringing from your adjustment, but I could have sworn I heard your captain, your boss, talk about the siren, that they were reporting back to the siren. And I don't know, you're telling me that you were hired by the Empress, your boss says there needs to report back to the siren. I am just so confused. Could you help me with this?
If you could still find her body, I could show you the brand and show you who she works for. But
I'm very certain
we're probably not going to happen.
I'm very sure we're far away from any of the bodies of your compatriots. However, your body is right here. You know, look at that other knee, Sobe. How does that look to you?
Not the other knee. I walk on that knee.
Not the other knee. You walk, now you do, obviously. However, no. You know what, Sobe? You're right. I think instead, it's that right hand of his that looks like it's suffering from something in particular.
Wait. I'm right-handed. Left hand.
Oh, very nice. And so Robin pulls a coin out of his pocket and starts rolling it between his fingers. And he says, "You're going to feel a little uncomfortable here. But trust me, it's better for everyone if you don't resist." And Robin then looks the Phaedrus in the eyes, and eyes give that little glow that you've seen Sobis when Robin does some casting, and he's like, "Let's run through those questions again." And Robin is casting detect thoughts, so
okay.
only picking up surface so far. So casting detect thoughts, what are the first surface thoughts that Robin is hearing off of Phaedrus?
Oh gods, please, not the arm, not the leg. Please, no, gods.
In retrospect, we probably should have done this before we broke his knee.
Oh, no. Got a plan here. I understand. There's 2 schools of thought, but I don't have too many spell slots left, so I'm trying to make the best of what I got.
Oh, good.
So Robin keeps rolling the coin between his fingers, and he goes, "One more time on the who hired you. What was that? Who was that again?"
Her name was Terradrill.
Terradrill.
Terradrill hired us. She was the gold.
Anything coming up on the detect thoughts other than what he's telling me?
You're getting an image of a drunken Phaedrus at a dockside getting offered a couple of coins to join up on a crew.
All right, now.
So I'm gonna I'm sorry, I fell asleep for a second or something. I spaced out, got a little seasick. What are you doing, Robin?
Unless Gloriosa followed Robin down below deck.
Yeah, Robin's below deck, but it sounds like
My
Alma
bad.
and Lunez are headed below decks.
Yes.
I'm gauging correctly.
I'm gonna go with them.
All right, so I guess if this is where you guys walk in.
There was a blood-curdling scream just a few moments ago. It does at least bear some investigation.
Yeah, I think we're gonna all look at each other and be like, we should go.
Fair enough.
So you're going to see actually going down the stairs, almost going to have Gloriosa and Lunas in each hand and leading them downstairs, just like,
Okay, all right. You don't have to. Can you? What the?
quit your bitching, come on.
So there is a half-elf young man. He'd probably be the human equivalent of maybe 17 or 18. He's obviously very young. Tied up in a chair with a burlap sack ripped around his waist, and a broken, very broken left knee.
His wrists are currently being held by Sobus.
So
Robin.
be right with you, Glory. I don't have much time on this. And so Robin then asks, tell me what you know about my friends and I.
And he will spill out what is publicly known about 5 Point Strike, rough descriptions of all of you, including the fact that Alma can change her hair color at will, apparently.
All right, I'm not going to correct him on that.
There are some that say that it suits her mood, that when her hair is red, she's angry.
And so, and none of his, I'm guessing none of his surface thoughts detect any, or
no,
indicate any.
This was literally given to him by Terradrill of, these are the people we're looking for. So you're going to keep an eye out, and if any of them hire a ship, tag that ship, and we're going to follow.
And where are we headed?
They don't know. They were chasing you.
Surface thoughts, same thing.
Doesn't have a clue.
What are we hiding?
He doesn't really know. Some trinket, something, an artifact, relic, painting, like, he has no idea what could possibly be worth this kind of expense and trouble.
And now Robin looks at Sobus. Sobi, your most enthusiastic hand massage, if you would.
No.
And at that point, Robin pushes in on Detect Thoughts. Sobi, crack him.
No.
No, Robin.
And Robin pushes in on Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
Sobus, stop.
What is your DC on that?
DC on Detect Thoughts would be 15. He needs to make a Wisdom. Is it possible that he has some kind of disadvantage that he's getting his hand?
It doesn't matter. He's got a penalty on Wisdom, and he's got a 9. He's not gonna make it.
Also,
fair enough.
Also, you know when like mom's telling you to do one thing and dad's telling you to do the other thing? Sobus is like
Sobus, look at me. Don't break his hand. Don't, just let go.
Hands heal, Sobus. Secrets
Robin, shut up.
were difficult to break. So Robin pushes in. Again, where are we going?
Northeast. North by northeast.
And what's Robin reading on the thoughts?
Panic, terror, fear.
Fine.
Relatable.
What are we hiding?
The laundry list of possibilities that flit through his brain at what are you hiding is really something to see.
Nice.
Just, there are some really esoteric thoughts in there about what you could possibly be hiding. You're maybe making a cult. It's possible that all of you are secretly behind the pie shop's delicious options. Like, there's such a spread that it is very clear that this guy has no clue in what possible way you could mean this question.
And who are our associates? Who besides us are the allies?
The list that he was given from Tardrill was Talia, Helwis, Uh, your ranger friend, whose name escapes me at the moment,
Miro.
Miro, uh, and the professor at the academy.
Fuck.
I'm going to.
That's the one you're upset about?
Oh,
Yes.
This is
That's
so bad.
Yeah. That's like I
No,
was.
and Talia, obviously,
Also,
but
the hell was. Well, you guys don't know. You guys don't know what Robin's seeing yet, but
no, yeah, this is Robo reacting.
DM. I no mention of Tish. So Tish is not in the mine there.
There is not a mention of Tish. There's a mention of some other warrior, but they don't have a very good description.
Good. It's good to know. All right. So, but I'm guessing the pictures, the descriptions I'm picking up on all the other associated parties, those are accurate to like he's got accurate descriptions on all these people.
Pretty accurate, yeah. I mean, they're obviously rough descriptions. It's not entirely impossible that some of them could be fit to other people, that they could mistake some people for others, but they're pretty decently accurate, all things considered.
Who's the informant? Who are the informants for the Empress in Dawn's Harbor?
I don't know. Terradrill would know, but I don't. I was a drunk hired off the docks. They don't give me informant information.
All right. Robin's picking up any of that or all that?
Yeah.
Honest?
That is straight up honest. He was a drunk side sob.
All right. My time is running out on my detect thought, so I gotta go quick here. Who are in the other search parties? The other parties that are after us. Who are they?
There was a gold that was in each one because the Empress was not messing around, but I don't know who they hired. They were each given a sack full of gold to hire people as they felt they needed.
You say a gold. Is that just the price, or are those that's the designation of the service?
They're gold indentures.
How many? How many teams?
At least 5.
And anything he's picking up in the thoughts other than what he's saying, not just even deception. Like, or is there anything he's not saying that he's picturing?
He's picturing the amount of money that it takes to hire and buy a gold indenture, and then multiplying that by 5, and then recognizing that several of them are likely to wind up in danger or dying. Like, the expense that is being put forth in this effort is considerable.
Question, Strag.
Mm-hmm.
So, Big B knows what a gold is. Does Sobus know what a gold is?
Sobus is smart enough to be able to. Sobus has personally seen copper and silver going through that marketplace.
Yeah.
He's probably never run into a gold, but it's not difficult to have heard of and understand what the next step on that list is.
So,
All right.
Sobus is going to let go of the man and back away.
Thank
Does
you.
he have,
Finally.
Is Robin picking up any images? Are there any images of people that Robin might want to follow up on?
He doesn't have any images of the other golds. The only image that Robin is getting is that of Terradrill, and her brand was literally right on the upper arm.
And it was the same as the Empress's brand.
It's similar to what Sobus's is, but it's stylized slightly differently, and the portion of the mouth where it is copper on Sobus was gold metal.
On her. All right. Okay. So Robin, about this time, Detect Thoughts wears off. Robin leans back. Sobus, can we give Phaedrus a nap?
I have a question for him first. Robin.
Fire away.
She walks up to Phaedrus. I'm going to ask you this once. I'm going to ask you nicely the first time. The second time I have to ask you a question, it will not be very nice. Do we have an understanding?
He nods rapidly.
You said something about my hair. And it changing. Who told you?
Terradrill told us. Terradrill told us that your hair changes with your mood, that we should be on the lookout for somebody that looks like you, even if your hair looks different.
What colors did they tell you to look for?
It's been purple, it's been dark, and it's been fire red, and that's the only ones we know, but nobody's sure what moods they all link to, although I'm guessing I know what the red one is now.
Shut the fuck up.
They are hard to miss, Ivory Tower, to be fair. And Robin just kind of leans, he sits on the floor and goes to lean back on one hand, but he puts his hand on Phaedrus' knee.
There's a wince, but he manages to keep from screaming.
Alma bares her teeth and flares her nostrils a little bit and looks sideways at Robin. We had this conversation. You know exactly why I'm asking.
Oh, I know. But the question is, does he? And Robin squeezes the knee with his hand.
I don't. I know very little.
What little you know, you better tell me now.
You know. I've told you everything I know.
Who else would know besides this Tandril person?
Well, whoever is organizing the Golden Dentures for the Empress, whoever is organizing this search, if it's not the Empress herself, I don't know of anybody else specifically.
To be fair, dearie, you went to a royal court with one hair color one day and a different 2 days later.
Sometime during the course of this conversation, Sobus is going to leave the room.
She puts her hand on top of Robin's, and it's got some ice crystals on top of it, so it's very cold. However, nobody knows that it's my mood changes with it. That's what I'm interested in, is how the fuck do they know that?
Robin looks down at his hand, looks back at the enraged face of Alma. You're not exactly subtle about it. It would not take a detective.
She releases her hand. Forget it. Do with this what you want. She's going to turn around and walk back to Lunas and Gloriosa.
Well, you might want to hear the next bit. Sobus pieced out?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sobus left.
Gloriosa has also moved closer to the dude.
All right.
Like,
So Robin puts the bag back over dude's head. Kind of motions everybody to head towards like one end of the. Does this like hold? Are we in the hold that runs the length of the ship,
Yes.
or is it okay? So Robin gestures for everyone down to the other end of the hold, and when we get over there, Robin's going to say, "So there's apparently multiple parties after us. One of them found out this ship because they must have overheard you hiring it. There were ears somewhere, either wherever you got the name of the ship, someone on the docks knew that Alma of 5 Point Strike hired a vessel. So this one was targeted. The one with Talia was targeted, and the gates of the city were also watched. At minimum, 5 parties have been searching for us. All sent, it would seem, by the Empress. But we do know that the Siren has got a stake in this as well. But that's not all. They know that Talia is with us. Talia is marked as a target.
Wait. And at this time, Lunas hears the sending, and he's like, "Okay, wait for us there. Stay safe. I miss you." Talia was attacked.
I was worried. Is she all right?
She's all right. She's waiting for us in Lake Town, and she'll meet us at the chancel. She was attacked.
And
They know about her. Who's Embrick?
Embrick?
Did the attackers get away? Where are the attackers now?
She was the only survivor. The ships sank each other.
Okay, there's that. That's not going to. That's not going to
God.
be quietly.
Okay. Well, now that we have that information,
There's
I need
more.
to back up a minute.
Talia's not their only target.
You sent me one too.
Well, let's just go ahead and hear this out then.
All she sent me was she said that she promised not to get my people killed.
Who? What?
Talia. Still don't trust her.
That sounds like a veiled threat in Nibiri.
Who else is the target?
Helwas.
Your people could be you guys, or it could be Nibiri.
Either way, we know we're all a breath away from the grave at this point, but
Helwitz?
more people.
What about Helwas?
They know she's ours. They know she's with us. I don't know what moves they'll plan to take against her, but she's watched. She's being watched. As
Who else
is
being watched?
Say again?
Who else is being watched besides us?
The names I got or the images I pulled from his mind were of Talia, Helwas, and your professor.
No.
His name escapes me, but I saw his face in the mind.
Professor Archibald.
That's the one.
Fuck! Luna just says that, actually.
Moonchild.
Don't.
She's gonna giggle at Lunas at that one.
Well,
And that's Robin, that's everyone?
that's all I could see. They do know.
Miro.
Oh, Miro, of course. They're good luck tracking Miro, though. At the same time, I thought they wouldn't track us either. But they're watching Miro. They're watching Helwas. They're watching Professor Archibald. They're watching Talia. Apparently, they've already taken action against Talia. I can only imagine they're waiting for Helwas and Archibald to do something suspicious, but they're compromised. But
Wait.
Robin looks over his shoulder and kind of like does one of these. But apparently they don't know about. And Robin like just makes horns on his head. They think some other fighter has helped us, but they don't know who.
Is the person still conscious?
I didn't knock him out. I just bagged his head.
I just look at him, magic missile.
That drops him.
Dead or unconscious?
It's
Dead.
tough to tell. Anybody want to make a medicine check?
Moonchild!
Yeah, well,
Like Moonchild
no,
drops the F-bomb and then just magic missiles this dude. So Robin rushes across the room. Yeah, medicine check. I guess I'm taking pulse or whatever.
Yeah, I just got one first level spell slot for magic missile, so that's the only thing I got. It's probably not dead. Probably.
Probably not dead, but Robin's checking anyways. I just had to find my.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Robin rolled a 12 on that.
He does not appear to be breathing. He looks to be bleeding out.
Okay, we might need this guy again. Can anyone stabilize this fuck?
Lunas just leaves the room and goes outside to the ship.
Alma's gonna follow him. Lunas!
Don't.
No!
And he's just looking around for some seagull or something.
Why?
They know about us. He's probably already dead to them anyway.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't care.
sure they are, but they're.
Hello? I need somebody here.
All right, Robin.
A fish or something. Yeah.
There will be a dolphin that comes up.
Hello, friend. Would you send this message to Professor Archibald, and I'll just describe him and where to find them and all that. And,
Okay.
And I'll cast Animal Messenger to him, and I'll send you the message.
You got it.
All right. Robin, just in case we need this guy, Robin leans down and I think he looks over his shoulder. I think he's gonna hold together. And then Robin leans down. You hear me, buddy? Hold together. And he casts Healing Word on him. First level, just Healing Word, just so it's.
Yep, it's enough to stabilize him.
Yeah, well, and it's 4 plus. I don't know if you're well, and of course I roll max healing on the hostage.
Good.
So he regains 8 hit points. If anyone's keeping track, that's currently where he is.
Okay.
Okay, Robin, I need to talk to you. So Gloriosa is like following them and beckoning Robin. Where's Sobis? Like, we need group meeting right now. I need to talk to all of you right now.
All right, so
right now.
Oh, on the way. And Robin casts. Alma's still below deck, correct?
No, Alma's up with Lunas trying to figure out what the fuck just happened.
All right, well, Phaedrus is well secured, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not going.
So, just relax, buddy. And so Robin then...
What else is he going to do with the broken leg, Robin?
I mean, he did get 8 hit points
Gloriosa's
back.
going up to the deck, like, after everybody.
And Robin's like walking back. So now the broken leg was a good precaution. Huh. Don't break his leg. Breaking the leg. Now what's he gonna do? No one.
She's gonna turn around and look at Robin. Robin, exactly when did you turn into the bad guy? We are the bad guys right now. He was tied up. He was helpless. You pawed through his mind, and then the Lunas just spelled him in cold blood. We are supposed to be. No, I'm not done. We are supposed to be heroes, and Luna says that all the time, and that's not acting like a hero. Since when are we the bad guys? I don't want to be here anymore if that's what we're gonna do to people. We're gonna run into a lot more people that are hired by these things, and they're going to be working against us, and we're going to need things from them, but that doesn't mean that we kill them. We're heroes. We don't do that.
If you didn't notice, I just stopped him from dying. And
I'm glad you did, because at least somebody did. And I'm gonna walk away from Robin.
Bad guys. Yeah.
Going to the edge of the deck and just sort of like trying to take a breath.
All right, Robin follows.
Thinking.
Robin follows up the stairs. And so Robin, as he comes up, he sees everybody. where is everybody on the deck? Where are we all arrayed now that we're all up top again?
Sobus.
Lunas is probably just. Yeah, go ahead.
Sobus is at like the point of the ship, just leaning up against the railing, sitting like I'm sitting right now.
Go over to Sobus kind of slowly and just kind of sit next to him.
Sobus will just kind of lean. Not on you, like he's a big dude, but you know.
I'm gonna lean on his shoulder.
Robin takes a deep breath, tries to hide any irritation in his voice, tries to make it as even as he can. Okay, Glory, we're listening.
I don't want to talk to you right now, Robin. That was just really.
Alma's gonna walk up to Robin and just grab hold of his arm. Let's talk. Give her a moment.
Fair enough.
And she's gonna lead him away from the group just a little bit. I have a concern, Robin.
Go ahead.
I was never with you guys for 2 of the 4 people that he said were marked. Do you think they're following you specifically?
I draw a lot of attention on purpose. Let's face it, I am the lowest level threat among us. Out of anybody, they should be more afraid of Lunas than me. They should be more afraid of Sobus. Anyone should be more afraid of everyone. It's my job here to keep eyes on me. So they're not looking at you guys when it counts. It's very possible that this has bitten me all the way in the ass for being as public as I have. And I'll own that. I'll take that. They could be tracking me. They could have marked me first. But it seems like they have tabs on all of us at this point. I was not with you to hire the ship.
No, but I have an idea on who they may have tapped for that information. And when we get back to Dawn's Harbor, that little shit is mine.
We have a lot to talk about before we can even consider going back to Dawn's Harbor. If the city is under as heavy watch as he says, there's no way we're getting back in unnoticed. There's just...
She laughs a little wry laugh, unless I change again, you know, because the fuck. But I guess they're looking for that too.
More fun times.
With changing color hair.
More fun times. That's...
I'm worried. We've got to get this group back together and on the same page. We can't keep fighting like this.
We can't. You're right. I understand. We can't keep fighting. I know that we're fighting people that didn't ask to be a part of this. We end up fighting hirelings and people who've become property of the sisters. I understand that. I get that part. But some of them are more afraid of dying by those hands than they are of murdering us. Sometimes we cannot help this. I don't want more bodies on my head. But I'll take 1,000 more before one of yours is there.
Alma's gonna look down at him because she's taller.
Yes.
And she's gonna put a hand on either side of his face, just on his cheeks, and say, we will do what we need to do. And she's going to move her hands to his shoulders and say, we've got to make them understand that collateral damage is going to happen, and it's unfortunate, but we pay our respects to them and then we move on. And that is one thing that we're going to have to, Lunas and Gloriosa are going to have to realize that. Phobos, you and I think all understand that innocent people are going to die, and our job is to mitigate the losses. We can't keep them from dying, but we have to help.
Gloria just called me a bad guy, and I'm not sure she's ever met an actual bad guy.
You're going to take one hand and put it back on your face and say, she's emotional. We've had a long few days. Okay? It'll be fine. She's going to have to rest. And she's going to have to calm down. And it'll be all right.
This is actually Robin
telling
laughing.
Gloriosa to calm down.
If you don't want people to think you're marrying me, this does not look good.
She's going to take her hand,
It was going
move it
so good.
away, flick you in the ear. Fuck you, Robin.
Oh,
They're definitely married now. Like, I think that's common law.
that there could be cultures where we are married now. That one, that was worth it.
It was
I
going
love
so
and
good.
fucking hate you all at the same time, Robin.
If we're going to bring, Luna seems to be coming around, but if we're going to let Gloriosa, if we're going to impart the gravity of this to Gloriosa, that there are times we do things we don't like, she's not going to hear it from me right now.
Well.
So that's on you.
I'll take it. How do you want to do this? Her hands are by her side now. She's not touching you at all.
It's a good note.
She's, do you just want to go take a moment and I will talk to them, or?
If you can pull Glory away from Sobus, Phaedra said something that made Sobus jump. I need to find out why.
Okay. I'll go ahead and I'll turn and start walking towards Sobus and Gloriosa to pull her away so that Robin and Sobus can have their talk.
So as that is happening, we'll cut to the Glory and Sobus part of this discussion.
After, a couple seconds of silence, Sobus will just look over and be like, "You good? How are you?"
Muted.
You're muted.
I'm not muted.
Oh. Now I can hear you.
Well, I don't know. Are you okay?
Yeah. It's a lot. With my past, I realized very, very early in my life that sometimes good people are made to do bad things. And that sets you on a path, on a certain path. And the farther you go down that path, the worse off you are. And I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for the things that I've done. I've dealt with them. I accept them. But when I see someone who's at a crossroads, like I feel that man was, it makes me sad. I don't want to be that anymore.
Well, you don't have to be, Sobis. But it's not easy.
Yeah. And I understand to do this, to go up against these entity in anemone
Enemies?
in it that word, to go up against these sisters. There we go. To go up against them, I understand we're gonna have to get our hands dirty. I just want to make sure that we do it the right way. But that's not the reason why I left. I feel like that's what's bothering you. But the reason why I left was I didn't know that golds were involved in this. I mean, it makes sense. But I didn't know, and that scares me.
Why does it scare you?
So where
Are you,
where where I come from, there are different levels, different. What's the word?
silver, copper,
Yeah. There's different cad 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 uh
different kinds.
different kinds. Yes, there's different kinds of servants. I was at the bottom. I was a copper, and you see how strong I am. It only gets worse the higher up you go. The strongest
Um,
the strongest fighter I've ever known was a silver. He's the one that helped me escape. So I think the gravity of what we're doing just sank in, and we're going to have to be on the same page, and we're going to have to accept that it's not going to be pretty.
so you knew before that we were up against the sisters,
Yeah.
and now you know that we're up against gold level servants.
Yeah.
Why did they scare you more than the sisters?
The sisters, to me, well, first of all, I didn't know that there was more than one. I've only heard stories of one, but I've never seen one. I've never experienced one. So it's just an idea. I've seen a gold. They are not to be trifled with. But I still stand by what I said in Don's Harbor. If we are all on the same page and we are all together, I feel like I can do anything. I feel invincible when I'm with you all, and I would like it to stay that way. It makes me happy.
I love it when we're all on the same page. I think that we have the potential to be a real force for good. Which isn't pretty. Robin dancing naked with kobolds is not pretty.
Have you seen that?
Not officially, but there's a
Because-
difference between not pretty and not good and not heroes. Are we a whole lot better than these sisters if we'll do anything to achieve our ends? I'm not interested in being a part of that. I'm not interested in being a part of a group of people that will just snuff out somebody because they're in the way. It's what the sisters do.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
I'm not telling you how to be. I'm just saying how I want to be.
No, yeah. I'm thinking, and a lot of times when I do that, my head hurts. But
It's okay, Sobis.
yeah,
You are a good soul. I know you've done some things that you don't like, but I think when you're given the choice, you do good things.
you know, a lot of times people assume that I'm, quite childlike. I was robbed of my childhood, and so I like to relive it when I can. That's why I don't mind it. But I know I know what you're going through. I know the conflict that's going on inside you. I've felt it too.
That means a lot, Sobis.
Yeah. I've got your back. I've got all of your backs. And if we have to adjust our methods, so be it. I'd rather be with everyone together and lose than go up against this separately and lose this
still
family.
Lose. I love you, Sobis. Big hug.
Is this about when? I'm guessing this is when about Alma
And Robin split to
walk
do
up.
their thing.
Did Robin hear about the gold? Because that's really what he was coming to touch base with Sobis about. Or did Robin miss that part?
I'm going to go with Robin probably missed that part. You were talking with Alma, and about this point is when Robin will get close enough, so...
So Robin's just in time to hear, I love you, Sobis, and see the hug.
Yep, pretty much.
That's
See
not
the
what
family moment.
You're a good bean.
All right. Robin walks up and puts he comes up on the other side of Sobis and puts a hand on Sobis's shoulder.
I'm sitting down. I mean,
Okay, good. All right. I wanted to make sure. How we doing, big guy?
yeah, we're all right.
Okay. Got a little intense in there. Nothing we haven't done before, but I noticed you jumped at the mention of golds. What are we dealing with here, buddy?
Yeah. I actually just told Glory all about this. So actually, I don't want to tell this story again. Can we get everybody together so I can just tell it one more time?
Sounds good. Where Lunas? Like Robin looks around for where Lunas has gone.
He's by the side looking for a fish, right?
No, I did that, and Lunas went back to the guy.
Oh, back to Phaedrus?
Yes.
Has anyone seen Lunas?
I don't know if you
So
see
Lunas
if
is
you
down
saw
below
that,
us.
but
Be right back. And Robin goes to look for Lunas. The only place he could be is below deck, and so Robin goes.
I mean, while you're having that, this probably happened while you all having that talk. But I went back to this guy and I healed him and lesser restorate that guy.
Okay. So he's fully healed up.
Well, level 1.
Better than he
Let's
was.
not get crazy.
Yeah. and lesser restoration. But yeah, I do want to talk to this guy.
Okay.
Okay.
He
And
has
that-
regained consciousness from your spells, so
Yeah, so Lunas walks up to him. Lunas looks confident for the first time. And he just looks at him. Listen, you all are probably going after us next. And I say you because you are working for them. So, when you get back to this person you working for, um, and I just tap it on his cheeks. I'm like, tell him they gonna fear me if they go against me, my friends, or my family. This is nothing compared what I will do to him if they hurt any of my friends or my family. Do you understand me?
I do, but I just wanted to tell you the person that hired me is dead at the bottom of the ocean right now. So I'd really rather not go back to them if that's a doable thing.
Well, you can meet them, and when you get hired, because knowing you, you'll probably get hired to do something like this again. But they're gonna fear me.
I
They
don't doubt
should
that
fear
at
me.
all. There's lots of fear going around here. I think most of it's mine, but I'm sure that there's some for other people uh, as needed.
Okay, here's a cookie. Oh, hi, Robin.
Well, you certainly changed your tune on our guest.
That's amazing.
And Lunas just walks off.
Good. Sobus has something to share. And Robin like looks at Lunas walking away and looks at Phaedrus on the ground. You can't. You're probably trying to figure out if you are the luckiest or unluckiest son of a bitch right now, aren't you?
I'm pretty sure it's both.
I can relate.
Legit.
Tell you what. They need me up there. Seeing as I was the worst on you, they're gonna need me to vouch for you if you've got a chance here. So, can a person willingly fail a detect thought save?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna ask your permission this time. But I need you to go ahead and open your mind if I've got a chance of trusting you, because that's the only chance you have of living through this.
Okay, that sounds fair.
And so Robin pulls out his coin again, starts rolling it. His fingers, looks into Phaedrus' eyes, and says, as he starts speaking, he's casting Detect Thoughts, and he says, what connections did you have to dragons before you were hired?
None. Look, you guys seem to think that I'm some big, important person in a criminal syndicate. I'm a drunk who ran out of money for booze.
When the machine is dangerous enough, every cog is a threat. But who were you before this?
I worked at the dock. My warehouse blew up, so I got laid off. I took my pay and drank at the tavern and the other taverns and some of the breweries that will let you buy beer out of them. And that's when she found me on the dock.
This
I
is when
run out of
Robin.
money.
All right, yeah. Robin's been picking up surface thoughts to this point. Is anything other than what he's saying? Any pictures Robin's getting?
Pictures of basically the same basic idea, along with a lot of shame, a lot of disappointment in himself that this is what he got down to. And when he mentions Terra Drill, the mage from the fight basically came along and said, "You can be better than this. We'll pay you. We'll clean you up. We'll make sure that you've got training. And, you can make an honest pay again."
And then Robin pushes in on Phaedron's thoughts, or is it Phaedrus or Phaedron? I keep messing up now.
Phaedrus.
He pushes in on Phaedrus's thoughts. So what was the warehouse you worked for?
He gives the warehouse that.
Yeah, Robin knows what the warehouse was.
That
Checking
warehouse.
for the right answer. Okay, so he gives it's Shafsika. Huh. Well, looks like the dragons weren't the first evil employers you had. But where are you going? Let's say you get off this boat. Where do you go?
I mean, I guess it depends on where you let me off the boat, but assuming it goes back to Dawn's Harbor, back to the docks.
I can't promise you everything. You got picked up from Dawn's Harbor. You signed on with the Empress's goons. You may or may not be marked. I can't guarantee anything other than what we will or won't do to you. But if you can't go to Dawn's Harbor, is there anywhere you could go?
I mean, I could try and find work in Lake Town or Debiri or really anywhere.
He's
a laborer. That's kind of... So it's pretty easy to find work in theory.
I'm guessing that Phaedrus willingly failed the detect thought save.
Yep.
He's cooperating. What's Robin picking up on his thoughts as Robin asks these questions?
Basically that he doesn't really have anywhere to go. Family has passed on at this point, and he doesn't have any strong ties to Dawn's Harbor, but he doesn't have any ties anywhere else either. So it's just sort of, where would he go? Who knows? But he's a strong back, and that tends to have something that he could probably find some work somewhere, in theory.
How many people know you in Dawn's Harbor?
Personally, or?
People who would recognize you.
I mean, some of the bartenders, maybe. I don't have a lot of friends.
Robin thinks for a moment. How scared of my friends are you right now?
All due respect, your big dragonborn broke several of my bones.
That's fair.
Your halfling then tried to kill me,
He
and
did.
then resurrected me, and then told me that I should be terrified of him, which really wasn't necessary, but, you know, sure. You have Alma, who's a known powerful magic user. You have your own magic. And I'm pretty sure the other one has a gun.
Do you?
I don't know what he saw on Gloriosa's belt, but that's hilarious. Robin says, I don't like letting people go who could lead back to me. As a rule. But I'm also not going to compel you to help me. I'm going to give you a night to think about this. We have at least that until we disembark. For the meantime, please excuse the bag. But my friends and I are going to have to talk about you, Phaedrus. Not gonna lie, I like the look of you. You remind me of someone that I used to know. However, you're going to have to make a decision on how badly you want to survive this mess. And would you be willing to help us in return for us making sure you got back safely? Don't answer now. I'm not a dragon. I don't compel servants. But for not lying to me, you've gotten in the top 20% of people I've met. And Robin grabs the bag. Is his leg healed up? Like, did that?
Yeah. Between the restoration and the healing spells, all of the gross wounds have been dealt with.
Got it. So, again, sorry about the injuries and about the confusion, but he puts the bag back on Phaedrus' head, and he pulls over. Is there anything that Robin can see that could possibly be a pillow for Phaedrus at this point?
Not in the hole per se, no. I mean, there's probably sacks of,
Like
there's
a
sacks
bag
of
of
grains
rice.
and stuff.
Like sacks of grain or something?
Yeah.
So Robin scoots a sack of grain and kind of
It's like a memory foam pillow. It'll just shape to his head.
Right.
Little bag of
So
rice.
Robin scoots over a sack of grain, and it's not very gentle. He just kind of like grabs Phaedron by the side of the head, because Phaedron's bound up, and just kind of thunks Phaedron over onto the pillow. And good work today, Phaedron. Sleep well. We'll most likely kill you in the morning.
And I
And
think
Robin
That
goes to
sounds
join the rest.
Yep, that sounds like a great place to take our break. So we're going to go ahead and take a moment here. Everybody grab some food, some water, other beverage of choice. And we will be back, let's say, 15 minutes, so 45, 50. So let's go 12:50. We'll call it 18 minutes. That'll give everybody enough time to get stuff taken care of.
Excellent. Love you guys. See you in a minute.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience as we all got our hydration and our stretching and all of that in so that we are good to go for the second half. It's been an eventful first half, as it often is. But I hope everybody has been enjoying so far. I know I have. As seeing some additional depth come out of all of the characters and some extra drama and heart coming out as things go on. We're going to jump right back into it with Robin having just wrapped up with Phaedrus down below decks, taking a nap on the memory foam pillow of Rice. And I assume is Robin and Lunez going back up above decks?
Oh, Lunez
Yep.
preceded Robin.
Yep. Okay.
All right, so I guess if Robin's the last guy up top, what did I miss? Ooh, no. Notice I didn't sing it. I almost sang it, and it was less than 3 seconds. You can't get me.
Watch it.
Can't get me. All right. So, exactly what did I not see?
Where's Alma?
She stayed up deck with you guys.
Right.
She has.
I get-
I'm assuming she's made her way over to where you and Sobus were.
I was just gonna say, am I about to get ambushed?
No, not ambushed.
Sneak attack. Stab.
Statuesque elven sneak attack.
All right.
Okay. So Alma is going to. She is walking up to Gloriosa and Sobus, and she's just gonna quietly just stand next to Gloriosa, putting her in the middle, and she's just gonna kind of put her hand on Gloriosa's shoulder and say, "Can we talk for a little bit? Are you up for that?"
Yeah. I kind of feel like we should all talk.
You should. But are you wanting to talk with Robin right now, or would a smaller audience be better for you?
I don't know.
She's gonna.
Yeah, we can talk.
Okay. Do you care if Sobus stays, or shall we dismiss Sobus? She's gonna look up at Sobus and smile.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
We can just, well, I mean, we were talking before.
Whatever you're comfortable with. She's just gonna turn around and put her back against the railing and put her elbows against the top and just kind of look up at the sky for a second and then look at Gloriosa and say, "Robin's not a bad guy. We're not bad guys. Sadly, we're often put in the position where we have to make choices that are incongruous with what we normally would do. None of us want to kill anyone. None of us want to intentionally harm anyone, but we have to be able to defend ourselves. Otherwise, we can't be heroes to those who need us, you know?"
How are you, Alma?
Me?
Yeah, I mean, you have gone through a lot of changes lately. Not just the hair. And I started to ask you before, and we sort of put it on the shelf. So, how are you?
I am confused.
Well, when you start having feelings at a certain age. I'm sorry.
Lori.
It's just a joke. You know, when Robin and I are talking and we're kind of messing around, like we'll just joke like that, you know? Sometimes you start to have, or when two people love each other very much, and it's just,
No, I get it.
I didn't mean to scare you. I was just joking. I was trying to make you smile.
You guys don't always see it externally, but you guys make me smile a lot.
I'm glad. I feel like you haven't had a lot to smile about lately, and I mean, what's the point of actively trying to make the world better if you're not feeling better too?
Well, I mean, somebody has to look after you guys. I gotta keep Sobus in line. She doesn't look up at him and give him a wink. Keep Robin from getting him in trouble. You, for that matter.
Yeah.
So
We are making the world a better place. We are heroes.
we are.
And I don't think it's easy to keep that in sight sometimes. And I know Robin thinks I'm a little naive for feeling this way, but I'm not interested in making the world worse.
Almost gonna like wiggle her ear just a second and be like, you know what, Glory, the explosion I think messed with my hearing just a little bit. Can you speak up just a little bit, love? I haven't hearing you.
I think Lunaz has a spell for that too, to help. But I'm not interested in making the world worse. I know that it can be very easy to get caught up in feeling protective. And feeling like people are coming at things or people that you're trying to protect. I like I said, I know Robin thinks I'm naive, but heroes don't kill people who are tied up in a hold out to sea, or try to, or almost kill them. And when we make mistakes, we fix it. And if there's a direction that everybody wants to go where that's okay, I'm not okay with that. And I'm not going in that direction.
I mean,
so you'll have to go without me.
Well, and I agree. However, they did kind of fire at us first.
With his broken knee?
I think
We're lucky that the weird pirate guy didn't kill him. Otherwise, we wouldn't have any idea. that we're being followed. Yes, Silvis?
I think if I may, I think that what Glory is saying is that we should be better than the people we're trying to beat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that at all. I think all of us are trying to figure out how to navigate this because our adventures thus far have not been this complicated. And then we've got the royals involved, and there's dragons and fucking Tish and
Yeah.
fact of the matter is we're going to lose our tempers from time to time, and we're going to have to navigate that. And how we communicate and how we deal with each other and how we heal ourselves afterwards is how we're going to survive all of this. You know, and how we're going to survive as a unit and remain this weird, dysfunctional yet functioning family that we find ourselves being in right now. We've all got to be on the up. We're all going to be alert and trying to figure out how do we survive this? Because if we're being chased by a dragon, I am scared to death, you guys.
I'm scared too. I'm scared. I just I think we need to be able to tell each other when we lose our tempers, hey, wait, stop. And I think we need to agree not to cast spells at people who are tied up. It doesn't seem like a lot to ask.
I think, should we have some sort of code word so we don't give away this strategy to the enemy? Like, if someone's about to fly off the handle, one of us just say,
Pineapple.
What's a pineapple?
A word?
Yes. Alright, pineapple. And then we all know what that means. But the enemy doesn't know that, oh, they're reining it in. And we don't, give away our strategy. I mean, I think we should, workshop the word with the whole group, but so we're all on the same page.
So a safe word of sorts.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I mean, it could work.
Where is Robin?
I feel like I would have been summoned by this.
By the mention.
I feel like this would have.
I was just gonna say,
Robin.
I feel like Robin would know a little bit more about this whole safe word thing.
He just appears in a puff of smoke. You said safe word?
Did someone
You need me.
safe word?
Is Ludus on the deck, or is he just gone somewhere?
Yeah, he's
Where
just.
is
I was
I
gonna ask that because I didn't want to interrupt that, but
I was waiting to approach until Lunas had already made his appearance because I know he preceded me up the stairs.
Hey,
yeah, he was going to talk to you all and was like,
hey,
Almost
Robin,
gonna see Lunas and just kind of like motion like to come over.
Robin,
love
Lunas,
how,
stop
like-
being weird and standing over there. Come over here and join the conversation.
yeah, it was like looking at each
Stop
other.
I love
It
how
was
like
just-
3 people have tried to talk sense into Gloriosa by this point, and we're all like, oh yeah, actually we should be nicer.
I got scolded for ruining a moment earlier. Wasn't gonna ruin this one.
Yeah,
when
come on
Lunas-
over. Come on over, guys.
When Lunas comes over, Alma's going to kneel down and look at Lunas and say, "Are you okay?"
Oh yeah, I'm great.
You
You actually see confidence in him, so
I'm not gonna lie. You scared me a little bit there.
it's a It's probably an overreaction, but it was to make a point.
I would like to insight check Lunas.
Of course you can.
By all means.
Just gonna stand up.
Just normal roll. There we go. 11.
I don't know what you're trying to to see in me.
Is he being truthful that he's okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
he is.
And whether that is actually true or not, I probably have no idea.
You don't know.
Because it's an 11.
Well,
But I feel better now.
personally, I was impressed. And we all know that we're headed to some places soon that we're going to want a little bit more scary Lunas. Speaking of scary things on the horizon, I'm counting 5, Sobi. So what's the big deal about golds?
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to lie, I totally forgot about that. So, I didn't want to say this more than once because it's a lot. So, where I'm from, there's different kinds of workers. There's different kind
Ranks?
of individuals serving people. There's coppers. That's what I am. There's silvers. That's the next step up. That was like slightly more trusted. They get a little bit more freedom. Yeah. And then above that, there's gold. Just to put it in perspective, the strongest fighter I've ever known in my life was a silver. He actually helped me escape. And so the fact that there's golds involved in this made me a little bit nervous, and I didn't want to give that away to our new friend. So that's why I left. Now, having said that, I still maintain what I said before we left Don's Harbor. That if you are all with me, I feel invincible. I feel I can do anything. That has not changed. But I will say, and I think we found a solution to this, I will say that I don't want to become the thing we're fighting against. I think we should be better than them. I think we can be better than them. And so we don't give that strategy away to the enemy. I had a like a boom in my noggin.
A good idea.
That one. What if we
Robin makes
had...
a note that he needs to write a song called Noggin Boom later.
I hate you. What if we had some sort of word that when one of us said that word, all of us knew, oh, I'm being a lot right now, I should rein it in. What if...
A safe word.
Yeah, sure.
We could do that.
The fact that you know and that I said that and you said it makes me feel a little dirty and means that I've been hanging out with you way too much.
Oh, it's safety's important, especially
It is.
when you play a dangerous game.
Oh my god.
And we are playing quite the dangerous game.
So, all of that having been said, on to lighter topics. What should that word be? Someone had suggested pineapple. I'm not entirely sure what a pineapple is, but it's a word.
Delicious.
Sounds like a delicious word.
It does
I like
sound
that.
quite savory.
I like that. But Bigby, who's Bigby?
Who's Bigby?
Salvis, why didn't you say anything when you were doing that downstairs?
It was. I'm not gonna lie. I fly off the handle quite frequently, and a lot of times I don't realize I've done it until after it's happened.
There was a time before we could count that the three of you would always be there to have our backs. There was a long time when it was just me and Sovis. And we got very accustomed to breaking first and healing later, worrying about the healing after the fact. But when you're the only two people with no backup and you're running down some pretty nasty bounties, things get messy.
Yeah, but I don't want to use that as an excuse. I'm sorry. I went too far, and I know that.
Do you not feel that you can say what you want to do with us?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. All of you. Oh, I've got to swallow my pride for a second. All of you are more intelligent than I am.
No.
Toby, no!
I've, I can taste the sarcasm. I can taste it. Anyway, I feel all of you are more intelligent than I am. So a lot of times, whenever you tell me to do something, I don't question it. I assume you know something I don't. However, whenever multiple people are giving me different things to do, it makes my brain hurt. It makes my brain hurt a lot. And so, if for no other reason, it would greatly help me if moving forward we were all on the same page so as to mitigate my headaches. And on the word mitigate, his nose just starts bleeding.
Mitigate.
Just, oh, sorry.
I have something to say,
Yeah.
and I hope that everyone can listen and take it to heart. I'm not going to apologize for yelling at Robin. I got loud, but I said what I meant. We are going to come up against some people that are trying to hurt us and hurt the people we care about. And they're going to be doing it for different reasons. Sometimes because they have to, and sometimes because they want to. And if they are coming at us with a knife, I sincerely have no problem with doing whatever we need to do to get them to stop. But if we become the kind of people that cast spells in cold blood to somebody who's bound and helpless, then we're not the kind of heroes that I want to be. And if that's the road that you want to take, that is your decision. Everybody here has that decision to make. But if that is the way that everyone decides to go, I'm afraid it will be without me because I'm not comfortable with that. And that is my line. We can't do these things. We can't hurt people in cold blood. We can't hurt people. And that goes for even if they're going to try to hurt us if we let them up. If they're helpless, they can't hurt us. I don't know where that ends, but I hope you all understand what I'm saying, and I hope that everyone can agree that that is a line that you don't want to cross. Because I don't think it's an unreasonable line to draw. And that's my line.
And Glory, I respect your line. I'm a little worried that you've never had the experience of yielding to someone's plea for mercy only to have that person's knife in your back the next day. It's both and. There's a line we can't cross, and there are mercies we can't afford to give either. I need you to trust me that I'm not going to push anyone so far that we can't bring them back. Unless it is like you say, that that it's going to come down to us or them. If it comes down to us or them, I think we all know what to do. But in the more delicate moments, I cannot let someone I don't trust know my plan. So it's going to look like I fully intend irreparable harm. I need you to trust that I don't.
I guess it really comes down to, do we trust each other? That wasn't a rhetorical question.
This will be the point where
Oh,
Alma looks
Nosebleed
at
again. I keep using big words.
So
Alma's
be
gonna look at
careful.
Robin and, well, do we?
I've never trusted any more than I trust the four of you.
Robin.
Alma's gonna look at the ground and look back at Robin. You know, there's always a chance I could change again, right? And we don't know what is gonna come from that.
Oh, I know. Now, I didn't say I wouldn't keep an eye on you. I mean, who wouldn't keep an eye on you? But I trust you. The moment that I think you're not you anymore, then we'll talk.
Promise?
Oh, he'll talk.
Fair.
That's sort of
Trust
his
him to
thing.
talk.
This is true.
What about you, Lunas?
So this is what I'm thinking. I want to be a hero, but I will not risk any of you or the people I love.
That's fair.
So if that comes between that, I am going to protect you first and be hero second.
Fair.
Glory, are you good with that?
I have a really hard time with breaking people's knees to get answers out of them.
To be fair, we did heal it. But
I also apologize for it. And I
It's-
kind of shrink a little bit.
It's true. I mean, I trust everybody. Of course I trust you guys. I don't really trust the Empress, I suppose.
No.
I trust her to do what's good for her. Anyway, I don't want to lose sight of the fact that we're trying to improve the lot of the people around us, because what's the point otherwise? So if that ends up with a dagger in my back, I'd kind of rather that than not extend mercy. And I suppose that's just something you'll have to accept.
Well, we'll be watching your back with extra care. And you might need to accept that sometimes we are going to assume the worst on people. It has a high rate of reliability.
I think as long as we're honest with each other and we trust each other, I think everything will be okay.
So, did you wanted to do that when you were downstairs,
What?
breaking them?
Well, it's like I said, I don't have a problem with it, but there's my noggin. I don't think as quickly as you lot, and so I just trust that when you tell me to do something, you know something I don't know. Honestly, I never thought about it that way, but yeah, that's what happens.
Well, in cases like that, you should know better.
Never.
If
You never have to follow through just because we say so.
yes, there's two voices: the ones that are outside and the ones that are inside. If you wanted to do that, you should do that. But if you don't want to, don't do it.
Yeah, all right.
Listen to
Oh.
your voice. What do you want to be? What do you want to do?
I won't. Any sort of takes a second. I want to be better. That's it. I want to be better.
Well, there you go. Be better.
That
If it
I
helps
agree to be
anyone
better.
to know, after multiple dives into our friend Phaedrus's brain, it seems very apparent that he actually is just some poor drunk picked up by one of these golds and used as a meat shield. Thankfully, he unintentionally gathered information for us, but it would appear that the sisters are preying on the weak in more ways than one. Phaedrus lost his job in the ruin of the Shafsika warehouse.
That's the warehouse that got
The one that the Vindictive went through. Yes.
Sorry,
Now,
that was out of character. I didn't remember the name.
it seems that in hiring depressed dock dwellers, he was promised that he could be more than this, that he could strike back at those responsible. Well, we all know that that's not the most honest line of thinking, but this is the kind of tactics that they're going to use. I haven't made
They
up my
might
mind.
have a point.
Yeah, I don't know how dishonest that really is. Sorry, Alma.
Being fair.
I think, if I may, I think we started down a path and we're at a crossroads where either we can choose differently and be better, or we can continue down the path that we're on. And I think, at least from where my brain is, that we're going the good way. Yeah, we've made some mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. I've made mistakes. I literally just made a mistake. But what happens is what we do after we know we've made that mistake. I feel like going forward, we're gonna make better decisions. Yeah, that sucks. That happened, but it happened. And unless any of you magic people can make us go back in time, we can't fix it.
Not yet, but yes.
You can do that?
No, Alma can.
So I'm gonna also like
What?
pull out Gloria's just gonna
Good.
pull out like a handkerchief, by the way, like a yellow hanky, and like give it to Sobis and be like, "Here, just wipe your nose."
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Wipe the nose
That
blood.
one's too.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, I propose, as a little bit of trickery of our own, that the safe word be the director. Let's ask the director about this before we go any further. We don't have a director. There's no one we report to. But if our enemies think there is, that might provide a little bit of misdirection. And at the same time, it'll signal to each other that if we're going down a way that could lead to a mistake, we should ask the director first.
I like it.
Okay.
Glory, what do you think?
It could work, and if it doesn't work, we can always change it later.
Yeah.
You have to think a little bit more deceptive than the deceivers in these cases.
If I've
Alma?
learned... Go ahead.
Alma, are you okay with this?
Yeah, I was just thinking of our friend below deck.
Which leads to that.
It's kind of my fault that he's here in the first place. What do you guys think about us trying to find him someplace to regroup when we get to the chancel?
That's an option, but let's look at the whole picture here. It was not, everyone can hear me say this and hold it against me later. It was not your fault what happened to that warehouse.
I'm sorry. Can you say that one more time for me, please?
I put
Don't push it.
I put the back of my hand against his forehead. No, you're not wrong.
Please say that one more time for me.
What
Okay,
happened to that
all right,
warehouse
okay, yeah.
was an unfortunate consequence, but not your fault.
Ooh, chills.
Now, it was one thing that is beyond question, though. It is not your fault that he was taken in by some smooth-talking manipulators who took advantage of someone's depressed and inebriated state to send them on a kill squad. So no, I don't think you have responsibility to him in that way. We could try to find somewhere safe for him to land. We could try to help him out. We could even try to protect him in so much as we can. However, I'm going to say what needs to be said. He could be used again. He could be caught again. He could be hurt again by people who are going to do much worse than break a knee. And we have to know that those are possible outcomes to letting him live. As it is, no fault of ours, we could send him bound right back to Dawn's Harbor on the return journey of the Genet, and he would be arrested and tried as a pirate. But those are a lot of things to weigh on. Whether or not he deserves that judgment, whether or not we can afford to let him run unchecked. I am not even sure where I stand just yet, but I think it's best that we all take a vote on this in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, so my question about that is, wasn't the whole? I'm gonna glance around, make sure nobody's close by, and just lean in and be like, wasn't the whole point of us coming here to have them think we were trying to fake them out while they looked at us? So if we let him loose, he knows that he found us, and there's no mention of, you know.
I was fine with news of us going back to the sisters with their more devious minions. I'm not sure I want him picked up again,
Why?
even if it's to deliver intel back.
Why?
I broke his leg for we broke his leg for information. That pales in comparison to what'll happen to him if he gets picked up. If information from us gets back to the sisters, I really hope they don't get it out of him for his sake.
Well, what does he know that might help them? I don't really know what I'm asking, but what is the risk if he does get picked up?
He doesn't know much now.
All right.
It depends on what he will know if we decide to take him ashore.
Just the brief time I had with him, it sounds like he did all of this for money. What if we just give him enough money to just bugger off?
That's just a bidding war with the sisters, and one we're sure to lose.
Yeah,
Yes.
but we have him right now.
And they'll have him then.
And
he'll get another offer better than ours. Sellswords are only loyal to the purse of coins in front of them.
Yeah, and that's a choice that he's going to have to make in the future. We can't solve every problem. I can barely solve one problem. I'm trying. I'm doing my best here. But if we make him, happy now, show him that we're better, then he may be less inclined to help them later. It sounds like his motivation was because they likely told him that, we blew up his job, and that probably made him a little bit angry. But if we show kindness and show that we're better, it might change his mind. I have faith in people.
Good faith's not usually the currency I deal in, but it would be a consideration. So it seems we're all agreed that there's not going to be an execution at sea.
Yes.
Is that the consensus? Yes. Robin looks around at everyone.
And I agree with Sobis. I think we should give him the opportunity to be better. rather than just, I mean, what's our alternative?
Well,
An execution at sea.
and like Robin noticed a nod from both Gloriosa and Sobis at the execution at sea. Alma, we're letting the man live.
I think he's young. He has enough life ahead of him that if he really wanted to change, he could.
Moonchild.
Yes, alive.
Then the only vote left to take is, do we send him back in bonds and just have him picked up as a pirate and let the Queen's Court deal with him, or take him on shore? So I think we sleep on it. We vote in the morning.
I do want to circle around that thought that you said that the sisters are actually preying on the weak.
Would
If
seem
we
like-
want to be heroes, we need to help them too, the weak ones. We need to make them feel more powerful. Make them feel like they don't have to say no. Well, make them make them more powerful.
We
We need to help them all. Oh, sorry, Sabit. Yeah, Sabit.
no, yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I was, where he was once. I didn't think I had a choice until somebody told me that I did. And then I made that choice. I changed. I believe I'm not the only one that can do that. I believe he can as well, and I think we give him the opportunity to.
All right.
And I'm speaking in general. There's a lot of people out there. We need to help them all if we want to be heroes. By I don't know how, but if we make them feel powerful, the sisters will have less help, and they probably all their power. It's because they have a lot of people too.
Courage.
And if we take that, sorry,
We need to inspire courage.
yes,
Yeah. I think we're all agreed on this. I feel like we're saying similar things. I feel like
Well,
we're all in agreement here.
and I've done a lot today. I've been fought, I've been hit, I've been frozen, I've been mocked, and I've been flicked. I've dove into mines twice. I am exhausted. So before we get to the tricky business of who should we empower and who should we restrain, can we please go to bed?
yes.
Yeah.
Are you going to bed in Alma's room again?
I'm sorry, what?
Hmm.
That doesn't seem like it's mine to answer.
You did a good job today, Robin. I'm really proud of you. I'm gonna pat him on the back. Except for the braking. The braking was a little far, but you did a good job.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, I feel awkward. I'm gonna leave.
Yep. Let's go, Service.
Can I follow Lunas?
Well, Lunas is heading up to the crow's nest, is he not?
Oh no, I'm going to
Oh,
my
yeah.
room then. Yeah.
Tell you what, I'll cuddle Sobi tonight. And he winks at Alma and follows Sobis.
All right. So everyone can go ahead and put a long rest down on their sheets.
Oh, thank
I'm
God.
not going to tease even an overnight encounter.
Cool.
And by the
That feels
time
good.
morning comes, the ship will be approaching the Druid lands in the northeast. Lunez, you wanted something on the ship?
Oh yeah, Lunas is, well, before it actually gets to sunset and all that, Lunas is actually just, instead of looking at the stars, he's looking at the waves. He's right behind the ship and he's looking at the waves and all that. He's not looking at the stars.
Okay.
And he's just really quiet and thinking about his past and remembering friends and remembering, I don't know, nobody's there, right?
I
Nobody
don't
of
know.
you.
Is anybody on deck, or is everybody actually getting some sleep? Alma, what about you? You're the meditative one.
Alma is going to meditate in her room.
That's legit. Okay.
Sobis is currently big spooning Robin.
Yeah, well then, yeah, Lunas is just reflecting on his past and remembering old friends and remembering Tommy and how he wants to be like Tommy when he gets new adventures.
Okay. Well, it is just about time. We're a little early, but honestly, we've been late plenty of times, and I think it's probably not a sin to be early every now and again. So I think we will open up on the 11th of July as dawn rises over the Jennet, and the Jennet arrives at the Druid lands. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and watching this. This was a fantastic episode. It was a lot of fun. And I think that there will be some repercussions of things that have happened rippling forth and going forward.
Hey, Strike.
Yes.
Something that I didn't realize, I forgot something.
Okay.
Before Alma, as she's going down to her room, Lunas will notice that the yellow and the orange is starting to kind of meld together in her hair. So we're losing some of that definition between the three colors.
All right.
Interesting.
Anybody else got anything before we wrap things up here?
Nope.
Robin likes the small spoon. There we go. I feel like that.
Have a
just-
great week, everybody.
All right.
GG's.
Well, yes. Thank you all for having us. Have a good 2 weeks. We will be coming up here later this week on Chaotic Tiefling. We've got Surprise Party on Wednesday. That is almost done. So catch up on the YouTubes if you need to, and be there for the end. It will no doubt be quite a thing to see.
Be surprising.
Yes, you would be surprised at how fun that can be. And I'm going to go ahead and go around and let everybody go ahead and tell us where they can find them. Because I know that at least Finn and Jess have some casting yet to do. So let's go ahead and start with our resident Big B, as he is in the upper left corner of mine, and he just muted because I can watch him do that.
Hello, yes, I am the Big B's Hand. You can find me on the Twitter at Big B's Hand. You can also find me on Twitch at Big B's _hand. We just had I like to call it a soft opening for this for the stream, because there were hella tech issues, but hopefully those will get worked out soon. I stream right now. It's gonna probably be like Saturday, every other Sunday, and maybe Friday. It's really the only times I have time. So join me sometime during the weekend for the stream.
Do you still stream on Wednesdays?
Probably not. With the new job, it's oof. It's hard to make streaming happen during the week.
And surprise party.
Yes, I will be. Yes, you can find me here for the next 2 Wednesdays, I think, for a surprise party. And right now, that's it. Yep.
Okay, Master Finn.
You know, I always go before Jess and steal thunder for the things that we collectively plug. So I'm going to pass this to Jess first, actually.
Aw. Hi, everybody. I am Jessica Skellington. You can find me here on Chaotic Tiefling every other Sunday playing your favorite fire girl. And then Finn and I co-host a little show that we are nearing our 1-year anniversary called What Streams May Come. Again, we do this once a month here on Chaotic Tiefling ATL. Our next show is going to be Hamlet. It is a 2-parter, and first part will air on July 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find me on the socials at Jessica Skell. Your turn.
Yeah, I guess. Now me.
Go.
Okay. Did Strike freeze?
Nope, I'm here.
Good. Okay, just making sure. Oof, I got a little weak at Bernie's panic right there. Anyways, yeah, like Jess said, we're doing Hamlet as a part of our big streamiversary. Hamlet's a big show, guys, and so we are actually doing 2 parts and doing 2 casts. So be on the lookout. We have pushed the July show as far into July as we could, so that we could make the August show as early in the month as we could to put them together. That means we have a slightly longer break before our Hamlet Part 1 airs. But yes, if you haven't joined the Chaotic Tiefling Discord, please go there for casting information to let us know that you want to be part of the show, and we will draw a random cast of talented troubadours to bring that show to you once again. You can find me on Twitter at Bloodhaven Bard. That's really the only social media place that I exist. And randomly, whenever either Chaotic Tiefling or Rock Punch needs just one more person to cause trouble. So please look for me in all the places. Love you all, especially you.
All right, Robogoblin.
Hey, it's me, RoboGoblin, and you can find me on Twitter at TTRPGifts or at RoboGoblin01. And I got some exciting stuff on July, but can't announce that yet. But yeah, that's where you'll find the stuff. It's me. Now you, Triest.
Yes, Trieste.
Hello. So you can find me on Twitch and on Twitter at Blaze of Gloriosa. I stream on Twitch usually on Tuesdays and Fridays. It's been a little bit uneven lately, but I'll get back to it and I'll post my schedule on Twitter. You can also find me on Chaotic Tieflings Discord, where I cause all sorts of trouble that I can in Finn's wake. I think that's it.
All right.
Our great, glorious, lovely, and dreadful Chaotic Tiefling would also like us to pass on that there's going to be a special charity stream on the 30th of July, right on the heels of our What Streams May Come. That's going to be in partnership with Slady's ATL. More info to come. Please look out for that. There's going to be a special announcement that day that we do the charity with Slady's. So please be there to be in on all the action. And As far as Hamlet goes, you will, if you are already a part of the casting pool, you will hear more about that very, very soon.
All right. So be sure that you are there for all of those things. The Discord link is in the chat. Please join us. It's a wonderful community. We are going to raid the Rivals of Waterdeep, another wonderful D&D stream. They are a phenomenal group. If you're not watching them, you probably want to. But at the very least, come with us on this journey over to Rivals. Give them our love and our support. And we will see you hopefully here on Wednesday for Surprise Party.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.